Welcome, everyone, inside Turner Gymnasium, where on Wayne Prophet Court tonight, we've got deja vu, if you will. This matchup happened on January 27th. Here it is again, the Tigers and the Hornets. Hello, friends and fans. Welcome courtside. I'll be riding with you on this journey tonight, Mr. Joe Hutzler, and hoping that you are ready for what looks to be a good matchup. Anytime you get two teams that have already faced off once, there's some changes that have been made, there are some adjustments that have been made, and even some lineup changes that could make things interesting heading into tonight's contest. Last time, Lynchburg used a great second half for the victory. They'll look to get off to a better start today against a Sydney team who's also dealing with the fact they haven't played a full schedule to this point either. So looking forward to that. Well, before we talk about the coaches, let's look at these two teams side by side, a little comparison of their numbers so far this year. And as you can see on your screen, it's actually pretty even. It was not the first time they got together, which was through 2 games of the season. Now each team's played 5, and you can see it's much tighter on the stat sheet. We'll see, of course, how things pan out on the court. Of course, it's not just about the players. You got to talk about the head coaches, too. Caleb Kimbrough in his second season with the Tigers, a legend in the ODAC community for men's basketball, part of that 08 ODAC title team. Guilford College record, 108 games started, and he is looking to upstart this program in his second season. On the other side, Coach Hillary Scott in his 13th season, sporting that towel over his left shoulder tonight in honor of John Thompson Sr. and a way to honor his memory and what he's done for the sport of basketball. Coach Scott will be sporting that NABC towel over his shoulder tonight and hoping that he won't need it as much as he did the last time they were in here when it was a very tough loss to Ferrum last Thursday. Hampden-Sydney comes into today's contest 1-4 overall on the year, 1-3 in conference play, and the Hornets are 3-2 overall, 2-2 in conference play, losing their last 2 meetings, both here against Ferrum and then against the Generals of Washington and Lee, who have only played in games this season. Both teams have been affected by COVID-19, and Lynchburg losing 4 games to positive on their own team. You also have Hampden-Sydney losing a couple games. We're 8th through the 13th. Shenandoah and Bridgewater, all those games are gone. So not many games left. Every one is that much more important. And this one is about to get underway. And the Hornets will win the tip. They're out there with Theron Suggs, Noah Bullock, Dow Dutton, Joey Hamer, and Backer. 2 pitches up is back. First game back for him since the COVID protocols. And also Joey Hamer, the senior, getting a start tonight, the first one of his senior campaign. Right away, Sydney goes into his zone defense, leaves Hamer open for 3. That's short. Offensive rebound to Suggs, and Suggs will roll that one in. Theron Suggs very disappointed by his evening against the Generals with just 4 points, 8 rebounds in his first game back after the COVID-19 break. For the Tigers, you've got Ryan Clements, Chase Turner, Josiah Hardy, Adam Brazil, and Jake Hahn, your starting 5. And a foul will be called on Hamer. He was guarding Chase Turner, the sophomore out of Virginia Beach. Just 2 points in their win at Emory and Henry. A 76-62 victory. Lone win of the season. Here's Hill, not sporting a face mask. He did wear one in the first matchup of these 2 programs. Under 10 to shot, base using the left hand, and will not make it on the first attempt. And on the rebound, it's actually going to stay here. Thacker could not pull it away from the strong arms of Josiah Hardy. It's his 3rd start in the 6th game played for the freshman. He did not start in the first matchup of these 2 teams. Did get 21 minutes off the bench with 6 points and 4 rebounds. So since then, Coach Kimbrough feeling as though he has earned a spot as a freshman to start for this team, and he earned it even more with that performance against the Wasps. 16 points, 6 rebounds in 31 minutes. As we've got an issue, so the crew across the court from us fixes it, and we're good to go. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Clements stuck on the block through the legs of Hardy, and then Hardy poked it away 2 times now. We've seen Thacker not able to hold on to those second chance opportunities. Tigers not able to make them pay that time. It will be interesting to see what Thacker does early. Again, this is his first game back. Since the Hampden-Sydney game. That's the last time Lynchburg played with T.C. Thacker in the lineup, as you see Hardy put in 2 points. So that was January 27th. This is the 16th of February, almost a month off for T.C. Thacker, and they have sorely missed him. It's obvious when you watch last week's game on Thursday here. They were missing Dunton and Suggs as well that day. And then even on Saturday, having Suggs and Dunton back. You missed another big presence underneath. Now with Dunton and Thacker there, you've got 20-plus rebounds per game back in your lineup. Thacker and Suggs back on the floor. That's 36 points per game back in your lineup. Good look inside to Dunton. Nice feed from T.C. Thacker. 12 assists on the season for him. Dow Dunton works harder in for rebounds than points as Hardy puts 2 more in. Dunton with 4 points and 10 rebounds in that loss to W&L last week. Averaging 11 rebounds per game. His number 11 in white. Here's Bullock, picked up his dribble, finds Dunton, cross court to Suggs, baseline, pull-up jumper is good. And Theron Suggs with 4 of Lynchburg's 6 points early. Good look, cutting inside was Clements. Does not get the bounce off the glass that he wanted, but Jake Hahn's there for the putback. And a foul as well, so he will have a chance at 3 points on this possession. A 75% free throw shooter, 15 of 20 on the year for the senior out of Ruckersville, Virginia. Doesn't have his postmate today. Jack Wyatt not dressed for this game based on the scoreline and the minutes played against E&H. We assume that Jack was injured in that matchup with the Wasps. That's why he is not here today to play. Hahn, 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and the Tigers take the lead. Foul called, the reach in. And that's going to go against Alex Elliott, who's in for the first time. Freshman from Marietta, Georgia. One of those young recruits from Coach Kimbrough. Dunton dribbling into trouble. Brazil picked it up, and then he traveled. Bullock looking inside, nothing there. Noah Bullock has started every game this season in his second year with the team. Thacker quickly double teamed on the baseline, dribbles away from it, gets inside, dishes the Bullock, 3 balls up, bounces off the rim. Thacker gets it back, puts it back up, cannot hit a shot that he would make 90 to 95% of the time, even with contact. There's some of that need to just get warmed up. It's certainly different in practice. And they call that foul on Dunton, so he picks up his first. Looks like the Tigers will make a change. DJ Wright steps in. Just a few ticks. Under 16 to go in the first half. Greensboro, North Carolina native runs point against a Stouch defender in Noah Bullock. Right idea. Pass was just a bit too tall, though, for Josiah Hardy. And now Lynchburg will make a change. Senior for senior for senior. Nope, it's going to be Bullock stepping out, so sophomore in that equation. Hamer and Bullock step out. You see Izzy Lockamy checking in. Luke Romeo will also step in for the first time. Sharpshooter from distance. 12 minutes on Saturday against the Generals. 1 of 2 from 3 for his only bucket of the night. Lockamy forced one, Dow took it away, and then off the glass, a block. Excellent work from Davidson Hubbard, and he'll get rewarded with 2 points on the other end. Another freshman for the Tigers, showing up big early. Thacker gets it inside. 4 Tigers clawing at the Hornet, and a jump ball is called. Arrow will stay with Lynchburg, but the Tigers defense smothering anytime Lynchburg tries to put it in the post. Lynchburg hasn't had this game planned for themselves largely since they returned. Now they have it, and the Tigers know it, so they're going to go after it. Be wise to force this Lynchburg team to shoot from long range. Suggs, middle distance, 2 won't drop in. And a foul on the rebound. This time it goes against the Tigers. And it's going to go against Jake Hahn. That's his first. Each team now with 2 team fouls. And they'll make a change to the Tigers. Miles Harris, sophomore out of Virginia Beach, 6'7", 205. Certainly can help underneath. Good hands again by Hubbard. It leads to the other end. And spin cycle that threw Alex Elliott out. Suggs trying to hit a 3 on the other end quickly. And we've got ourselves a track meet now. Wright dishes, tipped out of play, stays here with the Tigers. And Lynchburg will make another change. Miles Taylor, freshman from Jamestown, North Carolina, takes the place of T.C. Thacker. Taylor has played in every game as a freshman. Started against Ferrum last Thursday. Hardy connects with Hubbard. Now it's Wright from the corner. Well short. And Taylor picks up the rebound. Still a 1-possession game. Lynchburg's offense has sputtered, to say the least, here at the start. Sydney's used a great attacking defense to help them on the offensive end. A whistle and a foul away from the ball. That'll go against DJ Wright. And that'll be our first media timeout of the night. 9-6 is the score. The Tigers have the advantage. It's still early, though. We'll step aside for 60 seconds and be right back. You're watching ODAC men's basketball on LHSN.
Lynchburg really stood out for me just because of the way it treated its students. They really do make an effort here, and I've learned that over my 4 years is that they actually do try to listen to what the student body wants, and they try to act on that. They don't really just give you a piece of paper here to then go off and do your own thing. They actually prepare you to like work with different populations, which is what the world is all about. It's just working with people that are different than you. They genuinely care that everyone has the ability to go off into the world and make a difference with whatever they like. For me, that's just being basically in a room with someone helping them achieve their first goal of, I don't know, doing a pull-up. I actually do believe they want you to do the best you can to change someone's life for the better. You can be anyone here, which I think is really cool. But regardless of who you are here, they will make sure you don't fall through the cracks, which is awesome. I have realized that I've never felt lost here. I will not regret ever coming here, that's for sure. So I'm very glad that I came here. Yeah, it's actually pretty awesome.
Let's take a look at the history since 1982 for these teams. The 89th meeting between the two. The Tigers certainly have the series lead, but Lynchburg, winning 9 straight, have dominated most in this rivalry. And right now, they've got some work to do. Down 3, certainly not out of it so early, but things aren't quite going the way the game plan was for Lynchburg. Thacker and Suggs struggling offensively. As we get another foul, and it goes against Hampden-Sydney again, so they now have 4 team fouls. That one went against Wright, so he picked up 2 quick ones and will now exit stage left. Adam Brazil stepping into the scene, onto the scene. Taylor just kept his toes on this side of the half-court line as Romeo puts up a 3. It's no good, and Dutton's going to be called for the reach-in on the rebound attempt. That'll be his second, team's third. And Dutton will check out. Thacker will step in. One thing you might have seen on that graphic, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but the Tigers, it's been over 6 years since they have defeated Lynchburg. We get a carry on Hardy for another turnover against Hampden-Sydney, and each team makes changes. Hahn is back in for the Tigers, and we'll see Landon Sutton, a freshman from High Point, North Carolina, running point for the Hornets for the first time. He's also, just like Taylor, playing in his 6th game in as many games that he can play, and has started just one, that one being last Thursday against Ferrum. Romeo drops it in from straight away deep. That's a good sign. If he hits 50% on his first 2, he's going to keep on shooting. Romeo trying to stay with Hardy, who's got the advantage, just could not complete the shot with the left hand. Right idea. Lockamy stepped on the line as he went from the triple threat position, jab and go. And it looks like Chase Turner is going back in for Hampden-Sydney. So you've got Turner, Hardy, Brazil, Hahn, and Clements on the floor. Your starting 5 for the Tigers. Here's Clements. Gets it back from Brazil. Deep in the corner, runs baseline. Out top to Hahn for 3. And the fan of Dirk Nowitzki with that slow delivery gets it to drop. 6 points for Hahn. And the Tigers have their largest lead of this early contest. Lockamy thinks about it, thinks better of it, gives it up. Under 10 to shoot, inside to Taylor, couldn't find the backboard. Cross court. They teach you not to do that in Little League, but it worked there. And it also causes a foul in the process. Turner driving, Thacker hitting the deck, and it's a block against TC Thacker, his first. Each team now with 4 apiece. And we're going to see Chase Cannon for the first time tonight. This will be his 3rd game played. Got the start against Emory and Henry. 3 rebounds in 5 minutes of that one. Jake Hahn fouled and connects for 2+1. See if he can do it again. Hahn is team leader in points per game, 13.8. He's a 75% free throw shooter. He's made his only attempt so far this evening. And short on his second. 5-point contest. Again, slim margin for the Hornets, but it feels like it could be a lot more. Right idea, but it got away from Taylor. Cannon and Clements poking it away. Here is Clements going full length of the court and willing that one in with the finger roll. That did not look easy, not very pretty. It still counted. Romeo trying to pull up with a defender on him. And Lynchburg shooting 4 of 13 from the field, now at 30%. Hampden-Sydney, 7 of 14. Brazil kicks to Turner, drives, just got it away before that back foot picked up. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock, now 5. Brazil's got to do something with it. He'll step back, way back. James Harden back, and it's off the heel of the rim. And I think we got a foul on the rebound as well. It's going to go on Chase Cannon. That'll be his first. And Justin Elkin will check in for the first time tonight on the Lynchburg side. Elkin's minutes ballooned starting last Thursday. He got the start, his first career start for Lynchburg. Also got a good amount of minutes on Saturday against WNL. He and Taylor will be your post players on Lynchburg's side of things. Lockamy, Romeo, Sutton out top. Here is Landon Sutton. And legal screen called against Justin Elkin. Not how you want to start coming in off the bench. And giving it right back to the opponent. And Coach Scott wants to talk things over. 10:25 remaining in the first half. And it's going to be a full timeout. We're going to keep it here as we've done much of the season and look at some faces that you can't see in person. And I'm going to be quiet. 16-9, Tigers lead the Hornets. Okay, let's take a look at some of the stats so far worth mentioning on the individual side. Jake Hahn leading all scorers with 8 points, along with 2 rebounds, 3 of 5 from the field. Josiah Hardy with 4 for the Tigers. Theron Suggs leads the Hornets with 4 points. Luke Romeo with 3. And as I mentioned before, Lynchburg now shooting 30% from the field, 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. Hampden-Sydney, 7 of 14. Field goal percentage is 50%. And they're 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. 6 turnovers for Lynchburg, 5 for the Tigers. Lynchburg now 1 foul away from putting the Tigers in the bonus. Hampden-Sydney has 1 to give. Turner dribbles into trouble, looking for help across court. Romeo got a piece of it, and then Romeo takes the charge. Alex Elliott will certainly question that call. Not the traditional way of taking a charge, but the freshman from Georgia will pick up his second. Noah Bullock checks back in for Lynchburg, as you can see. Theron Suggs also stepping back on the floor. And looks like Tigers are going to bring Davidson Hubbard back in as well. I'm glad everyone for Hampden-Sydney wearing the jerseys that are on the roster, unlike last time. Greg Prouty knows what I'm talking about. Here's a foul that will go against the Tigers. That's on Brazil, his first, team 7th. And now Lynchburg will be in the single bonus. Shooting 1-1 is Landon Sutton. And because of that, they're going to make a change with T.C. Thacker stepping back in for Justin Elkin before the first shot. Sutton, 81% free throw shooter, 13 of 16 this year, and takes care of his first attempt of the night. 16,000 plus points at High Point Christian Academy. And 2 points tonight. Back to a 5-point ball game. Lynchburg's defense looking to hold up the Tigers, who went on a mini run before that last timeout. Turner cross court. Here's Hubbard for 3, too strong. And T.C. Thacker hauls in rebound number 3 of his first game back since his COVID-19 pause. Bullock driving baseline, finds Sutton, quick kick to Suggs in the corner for 3. Theron Suggs, big shot at a big point of this ball game. Not just for the team, but for his confidence as well. He's got 7 points now, only had 4 on Saturday. As Hubbard gets inside and picks up 2 points against that strong defender, T.C. Thacker. Suggs again, takes contact. The old D Wade way of getting a foul. I guess it's a D3 way tonight. These are 2 D3 teams, right? Theron Suggs transferring to Lynchburg last season after winning a NODAC championship with Emory and Henry. Missing his first free throw attempt. That's just his second miss this season. He's now 10 of 12. And he can't blame me. There was no media jinx on that one. Still a 90% free throw shooter and continues that. Going 1 of 2, and it's a 1-possession game. And it sound like 21, so Miles Taylor will pick up a foul away from the ball. And that puts the Tigers in the bonus. First one on Taylor, by the way. And Jake Hahn, who is the only Tiger to shoot free throws so far, will head back to the charity stripe and earn a second opportunity. Sutton in the corner. Quick covering defense by Clements. So now it's Suggs looking for a couple screens. Taylor takes it himself. Off the glass and good. Miles Taylor using that football strength from his days at Southwest Guilford to drop in his first bucket of the evening. Closest it's been since the first 2 minutes. And a foul before the shot against Thacker. That'll be his second. Not a shooting foul, but it is, of course, Tigers in the bonus, so they will get a 1-on-1 situation. And Thacker forced to come out of the game with those 2 personals, so Justin Elkins sent back in with 7:42 to go in the first half. Hubbard gets a second chance. Seems like a guy who is all about second chances. Founding the Beat the Heat food drive in high school to help others in need. And trying to help his team from the free throw line. He collects 2 points on his first trip there this evening. Those were his 4th and 5th attempts of the season. Tigers still able to keep the Hornets at arm's length late in the first half. Bullock turns it over. Clements pushing it back. Dishes to Hardy. Stripped by Bullock. That's why Coach Scott puts that young man in, even as a freshman. That intensity, that aggression. And Suggs getting large underneath the basket, playing like a big man. 10 points for Theron Suggs to lead all scorers right now. Things have started to pick up finally here inside Turner Gymnasium. Good dish to Hardy by Hahn. Beautiful assist. These 2 teams have been playing since the Wayne Prophet coaching days. Now they're playing on a court named after the legend. So far, pretty legendary first half. Suggs benefits from a bad bounce off Hahn's hand. And a loose ball finds Taylor, rolls out to the top of the key. No one hurt on that, thank goodness. Clements poking it away from Suggs, and then Suggs reaching in will be charged with a foul. Get really nervous when players start diving towards that ball. Glad to see everyone gets up all right. And we go back to work. Romeo stepping in again for Lynchburg. Also, Hampden-Sydney will send back in Miles Harris. Meanwhile, we see Ryan Clements at the free throw line for the first time. 94% free throw shooter. And he is now 16 of 17 through 5.5-ish games played. Clements capitalizes and makes both. And Coach Kimbrough and the Tigers take a 30-second timeout. 6:12 to go in the first half. Hampden-Sydney leading Lynchburg 25-19. Want to remind you that coming up at halftime, we will take a look outside Lakeside. Of course, Lynchburg on Lakeside Drive. We'll take a look at the ODAC scores around men's basketball from this evening. A good chunk of games for the first time in a long time. Usually we see a lot of games on the schedule, but we see the word canceled next to them. But tonight, quick look right now, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not counting hours on the schedule this evening. Southern Virginia and Virginia Wesleyan getting started at 6 p.m. this evening, so might be close to a final when our halftime period rolls around. Stick around for that. We'll keep you up to date on those. We'll also take a live look outside at men's soccer taking on the Wildcats of Randolph College as the Tigers pick up team foul number 9 on the block. So Theron Suggs will head to the free throw line. It's an exhibition game outside, but even outdoors, fans are not allowed. So we are streaming that for the Hornets and Wildcats fans. We won't stay long. I know soccer's not everybody's sport, but we do want to flex our muscles with our technology, I guess, is the best way to put it. Suggs flexing his muscles at the free throw line, continuing to stay perfect on the evening. Two more points for Suggs. He's well over the 10-point mark. Now if Lynchburg can get a stop on defense, that is the key. DJ Wright, step back, Bullock all over him and forced him into a travel. All even in turnovers, 8 apiece. Up and down the stat sheet, things are pretty even. We'll show you those as well at halftime, or you can check them out for yourself at lynchburgsports.com. Is the Lockamy called for the travel? And clearly not in favor of it. That's the face I make when I get Chick-fil-A. So good. Popeyes is good too, by the way. It's just not here in Lynchburg. So if anybody knows somebody, let's get some Popeyes up in the Hill City. Foul charged to Miles Harris. That's his first, and now Lynchburg in the double bonus. And Izzy Lockamy will be shooting 2 free throws. He's only taken 3 this season. His senior campaign as a Hornet. Lockamy, a member of the Westover Honors Program and a huge component of the diversity initiatives put forth by Dr. Canada and Dr. Allison Morrison-Shetler. And 2 big free throws to make this a 2-point game. It was a 2-point game at halftime when they played in January. 34-32 then. And we're trending that same direction. The problem was, in the second half, Lynchburg outscored the Tigers 50-37 for an 84-69 win. And if you're Lynchburg, you're looking at a guy like T.C. Thacker, who just hasn't been able to get started here this evening. If he can become a factor in the second half, it bodes well for the Hornets. Hardy takes the body, too strong. Lockamy ripping it away from a couple Tigers. Now the Hornets want to run. No look pass to Romeo from the corner. Got it! Romeo with his second made three-pointer, and the Hornets have the lead since the opening shot of the game. First time since then. Tigers not helping themselves with another foul on the rebound, and another trip to the free throw line for Lynchburg. That's going to go against Miles Harris again, his second. You see Brazil and Turner waiting their turns to come in. And it will be Israel Lockamy shooting free throws one more time. Well, 2 more times, technically. And if nothing else, that speaks volumes to Lockamy's grit and presence on this team. And you know, he's not necessarily getting it done the way he wants to offensively. So he's going to get in amongst the trees under the basket and fight for a rebound. And it puts him at the free throw line and gives Lynchburg a 3-point advantage, their largest lead of the half. Kudos to the senior, Israel Lockamy, putting in the work to help the Hornets take the lead and keep it for the time being. 4:19 to go. Back in a few on LHSN. 4:19 to go in the first half of play. Joe Hutzler narrating this journey for you tonight from University of Lynchburg, a game that was on the original schedule. Then the first game was added in place of a matchup for Lynchburg against Emory and Henry. That was the conference game of the season. This one became the non-conference game, was supposed to be played at Hampden-Sydney. They have power problems, so late last night, well, I shouldn't say late yesterday afternoon, early evening, we got the call that it would be here instead. So we're glad that you can be here with us virtually and enjoy what has been a really good first half of basketball. Good kick to Brazil in the corner. Got that one from long range. Adam Brazil. 4 of 9 now on the season. This team does not shoot many threes, at just 30% as a unit, but none bigger than that one. Romeo trying to answer back with 3 more. Just a bit off. Now it's the Tigers' chance to regain the lead. Adam Brazil, it rolls in and out, round and round into the hands of Turner. Great effort to keep it in play. They work around the perimeter. Clemens, and that one was a dud off the other side of the rim. Suggs, short on the 15-foot jumper. Brazil, nice kick to Hubbard. Thought about it. Drives inside instead. Lockamy says it with his chest. Pushes Hubbard away, but then he still slinks his way inside. Davison Hubbard having himself a pretty good evening. Coming off the bench, 8 points. Bullock inside, throws it off the glass. First points of the night for Bullock, and they weren't easy, but if you ask him, that's how he likes it. Make it tough on me, make me earn it. Romeo with good hands to tip that one up. Now it's loose on the floor. Avalanche of bodies around the ball, and a jump ball is called. Arrow favors the Hornets. And they will make a change in the meantime. Actually, Sydney will as well. Joey Hamer will step back in. He got the start tonight for Coach Scott and Lynchburg. Nathan Cania will also check in. This is the first time we will see the Danville freshman. Chase Cannon also back in for Coach Kimbrough and the Tigers with 2:14 remaining in the first half. Lockamy all the way in, looking for the foul, got the ball right back and then threw it away. Turner, crossover, dishes to Cannon, using that big body, can't get there. Elkin was in the way. Hubbard, though, put back is good. Seconds to play. Elkin for 3. That's well short. Poked away by Cania. Now 2 Hornets on it. And a timeout was called. Yes. Lockamy and Bullock dove on it. One of those players called the timeout. And so Lynchburg not only gets a chance to regroup, they also will have the ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 4 timeouts remaining for Coach Scott and the Hornets. Each team in the bonus. You can see on your screen Lynchburg in the double bonus with 1:23 to go. The Tigers have led by as much as 7, but Lynchburg has really come on here late, even without T.C. Thacker in the lineup with 2 personal fouls. If we scroll back, we can see it was 16-9 with 11:21 to go. And then Lynchburg just chipping away, taking the lead at one point. 26-25, just 6 minutes later. And here they are down by 2. Again, worth reminding how close, how similar this game is being played to the first matchup. It was 34-32 Lynchburg in that one. 1:23 left here to see if that score can be matched. Coach Scott emphatically saying, let's go, move. Bullock, floater, not there. Rebounded, Cannon, then Bullock poked it away. Still loose, who wants it? Turner will take it in the end. Using that speed, dishes to Brazil. Cross court, connects with Kania. Inside, great look to Hubbard. Hesitated for a moment, now puts it up, and he's too strong with it. Cannon gets the ball, blocked, no foul. Miles Taylor will pick up the foul. That is his second. And each team now in the double bonus. So Chase Cannon, who has not shot a free throw yet in his freshman campaign, misses his first. Theron Suggs back in for Lynchburg. The 2 zeros of the game tonight. Suggs and Clements will come in for the final 43 seconds as Cannon misses the second free throw, and a foul is called on the rebound. That's going to go against Hubbard. That'll be his first foul, and we will just switch sides. And I think it was Elkin, yes. Justin Elkin walking to the free throw line, so he will try to match the score. Elkin making his first free throw of the season, now 1 of 3. Adam Brazil checking back in. 3 points so far for the freshman out of Mooresville, North Carolina. And Elkin just goes 1 of 2. Clements knew where Brazil would be, threw it back to the top. He's got it now. Kania dishes, Clements inside, blocked by Taylor. And now a run out for the Hornets. Shot clock turned off. Bullock dishing. Romeo didn't like his ability to get the 3 off, so he'll give it to Suggs. And now the Hornets, that should have been a backcourt violation. Suggs' back foot was across the line. Meanwhile, his 2 is no good. Rebound by Elkin. That ends the half. Whew. Well, I said at the top of the broadcast, it was like deja vu with these 2 teams playing here again, and it's very close to being deja vu on the scoreboard. After 20 minutes gone, the Tigers lead the Hornets 32-31, looking for their first win over Lynchburg since 2015. Can they do it? We shall see. We'll come back with other ODAC scores when we return on LHSN.
Everyone has a story. A triumph, a time they fell short, a gift, a light all their own. Every story has a beginning. For us, our stories began long before we got here, at the moment we discovered we had something to share with the world. But no matter where we've been, our journeys weave together at the University of Since 1903, we've grown from a handful of students to a diverse, dynamic community of students, professors, staff, and alumni around the world. In a community that supports who we are and who we want to be, we're on a journey to find where our passions lead so we can lead others to find theirs. Together, we have more experience, we have more knowledge than we do alone. Eventually, our stories will lead us to a path all our own, and we will share our passions with the world. No matter the journey we choose, the University of Lynchburg is, and always will be, our home.
My name is Jen Hyde. I graduated in 2018 and I got my major in philosophy, political science, and I minored in human services. And career-wise, right now I work at a residential treatment center for juveniles with sexually reactive behaviors. I would say the biggest advantage is definitely that it is a small campus. You know, you get to have that one-on-one with your professors. They're willing to help you out. They're going to get to know you more than just a student that they're teaching. You know, they really invest into your lives. Definitely use every resource that you can kind of get at Lynchburg. There's tons of mentors within the professors, the faculty, the staff here, your peers that are here. You have so many options that you can take. There's so many classes, you know, even if it's not within your major, if there's a class you're interested in, take it. Kind of explore your options because Lynchburg does have such a wide variety of different things that you can do. You know, be involved, become a well-rounded individual because Lynchburg sets up the support to where you can do that here.
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period of time and learn from your mistakes. I can make these mistakes within the school environment, but also with the support of other friends, and be ready for the real world when you graduate.
The biggest thing that I've taken from Westover is probably my interactions with faculty. I started working with Dr. Fryer. He's always available for help, and he makes sure that I get to do the experiments and not just be there while he does them. I didn't want to limit myself when I came here to just taking the prereqs for med school. I wanted to get a full, well-rounded education, and I definitely found that in the Westover program. It's given me the opportunity to keep playing soccer at a competitive level, but also it's given me the ability to be a student and to pursue other activities such as EMS. I 100% do Westover because it's not something they're going to regret, and it's going to be a lot of work, but so is everything else. It's just going to help build their education that they've already had and make them a better person for it.
Welcome back inside Turner Gymnasium on Wayne Prophet Court. It's a 32-31 lead for Hampden-Sydney over Lynchburg. Hello, friends and fans. Welcome back courtside. Joe Hutzler with you tonight. Hope you're enjoying the action so far, and it's the first of many things we've got going on this week with LHSN. Men's lacrosse gets their season started this Saturday. We also got softball action this coming Sunday, and even tonight we have a chance to look in on our men's soccer team, who is playing just outside those doors on Schellenberger Field in an exhibition game. Let's take a look real quick, a live look in at the Schellenberger Field. And they're also at halftime, so it's not much to look at. Lynchburg leading Randolph right now in this exhibition match for the Hornets, their final warm-up, if you will, before their season starts. We'll take a look, or I will. I'll tell you really quickly what their schedule looks like for the men's soccer program. Disappointing for the fall teams. They won't be able to play for NCAA championships, but they will get a chance to play for ODAC titles. They will play this Sunday at Eastern Mennonite at 3 o'clock. The next time, or the first time, they are here at home on Schellenberger Field. It will be Thursday, March 4th at 7 p.m. All right, let's bring it back to basketball indoors and tell you what's going on outside Lakeside. Other ODAC scores from men's basketball. This is what we were able to tabulate, if you will, during the half. You see Virginia Wesleyan with a win, 70-54. Randolph and Ferrum down the street on Rivermont Avenue. Tight game right now, 39 apiece. I admit I spoke too soon. There was a canceled game tonight. Eastern Mennonite and Bridgewater canceled this evening. Guilford and Roanoke, they've got a live stream up, but there's no live stats and no score on it, so your guess is as good as mine at this point. And the Generals, in their third game of the season, lead the Wasps 52-49 at halftime. We'll step aside for a few more moments when we come back. First half stats and highlights on LHSN.
Cary Brewer became the 7th president of Lynchburg College in 1964, only 15 years after his graduation in 1949. During those intervening years, he had earned a PhD in public policy from Harvard, served as an aide to 2 major congressional committees, and was the director of emergency preparedness in the Kennedy administration. Returning to his alma mater, he hit the ground running. Dr. Brewer initiated a change in the college charter to allow students of all races to enroll. He cut the standard faculty teaching load by 20%. He improved faculty and staff salaries and increased the size of the faculty and the student body. He sought to raise the visibility of the college in Lynchburg, as well as the larger community, by offering graduate programs in education, business, and physics to meet identified needs in Central Virginia. An enthusiastic fan of LC sports, Dr. Brewer added administrative support to the college's athletic programs, resulting in the emergence of Lynchburg College as a national athletic power. During his presidency, Snido Chapel, the courts, McWayne, Tate, and Montgomery residence halls, the Burton Student Center, Turner Gymnasium, Wakefield House, Foxfield, the Dillard Fine Arts Building, the Capron Library, and the residences on Faculty Drive were added to the college physical plan. Also, Memorial Gymnasium was transformed into Hall Campus Center. Carnegie Hall was converted into faculty offices, and the surviving World War II Quonset hut was remodeled into the psychology building. However, perhaps the greatest legacy left Lynchburg College by Cary Brewer is the attitude embedded in his oft-repeated statement that a great college is always in the process of becoming. In the decades since he retired, Lynchburg College has become a university and has continued to grow and change, moving ever closer towards becoming the institution envisioned by a 36-year-old neophyte college president over half a century ago.
John Eccles joined the Lynchburg College community in 1986 as Director of Housing. As his famous beard grew, so too did his stature with the students he served on a daily basis. He seemed to be everywhere and rapidly became an integral part of campus life. He was asked to serve temporarily as Dean of Students in 1993 and soon earned the position on a permanent basis. In 2007, he became Vice President for Student Development, a position he held until his retirement in 2016. Simply put, John Eccles set the standard for student affairs professionals. He led the growth of Hornet Pride throughout the last 2 decades of his service through his direct and constant interaction with students, through his colorful sense of humor, through his visibility on campus, through the Red Chairs, the Red Chair blogs, and all the colorful emails to students. He created the annual Leadership Awards ceremony. In addition, John contributed his sense of humor, his calm demeanor, and his common sense approach to the leadership of the college at the highest levels of administration. He even donned a hard hat and work boots to supervise the construction of the Drysdale Student Center. His summer talks to new students, although wrapped in humor, were serious as he spoke his mantra, "Involvement is not an option, it is an expectation." He lived that ideal through his own involvement in student life, as the head cheerleader at Hornet athletic contests, and as a friendly and approachable face for generations of students. His legacy is a treasure for the students whose lives he impacted and a challenge for the entire university community to emulate.
A lot of people go to the universities to find something to be a part of while getting their education. And when you come here, Lynchburg is that something, it becomes a family. It's what the school's really good at doing.
Welcome back. Before the second half gets started, let's take a look at our first half stats. After 20 minutes, you can see on your screen that it's tight all the way through, but the biggest thing for me is the doubling up Lynchburg points in the paint-wise for Hampden-Sydney. That's not something that you'd expect to hear with the post presence that Lynchburg has. However, if you do go back to the first game, they also defeated Lynchburg in that category, even though Lynchburg won the game 32-20. So still could be a factor moving forward. We'll see if Lynchburg can overcome it. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights for you. It's a very balanced highlight reel, and for good reason, because it was a very balanced first half. Certainly the Tigers had the better of Lynchburg in the beginning, but the Hornets, along with Theron Suggs, led by him, I should say, did a great job of bouncing back and forcing that one into being much tighter towards the end. Again, the Tigers led by as much as 7 in that first half, and at times, even though they weren't leading by much, certainly looked like the more dominant team. But Lynchburg weathered the storm, kept attacking the basket. Theron Suggs with 12 points, Luke Romeo with 6, Davidson Hubbard for the Tigers with 10, and we have a 1-point game heading into the second half of play. I know we just went to dead air there, but I didn't have a lot to say. Usually it's nice to have someone else here to send it to, if you will, to get their thoughts on the game. That's not the case tonight, so took a chance to get a little breather. Little do you see, actually you don't see any of what goes on at halftime. It's a fever pitch of work going on with the people here on the table, including myself, trying to get stats and scores and making sure that we're good to go related to how the second half is going to be produced. So big shout out to the students on this crew, Max Bourne, Olivia McGee, working the table tonight, replay and director. And we've also got our camera crew of George Diamond, Sam Graham, and GA for baseball, Oscar Garcia, working the floor camera tonight. So if you don't like the floor cam, you can find his email at lynchburgsports.com. You can tell him yourself if you really want to. I gave him some pointers, so if the second half is bad, then I guess you can blame me too. Each team putting out their original starting 5 to begin the second half. Hahn with nowhere to go. Brazel puts it up at the horn, and it's going to be short. Long pass ahead. And now Lynchburg's offense try to take the lead. Thacker's 3 too strong. Talk about a heat check for a big man. Put it up from 20 plus and see what happens. Here's Turner with the floater, gets his own rebound. That's why you follow your shot, boys and girls. And a big bucket for 24. Brazil with a nice 2 to extend his point total to just 5, but he's been crucial when it comes to keeping that offensive momentum going. He hasn't turned it over. He doesn't have very many fouls, if any at all. He's got 1 foul right now. He's doing his part as a guard, and Theron Suggs doing his part with a long-range bomb that drops in and ties us up at 34. Turner's got a lane to drive. Quickly closed up with Dow Dunton stepping in front, and right play made. Hardy's pass is too hot to handle. Clements couldn't haul it in, and it is turnover number 9 for the Tigers tonight. Hampden-Sydney very good in the turnovers department, averaging just 12.5 per game. 3 better than their opponents on the year, and 5 better than Lynchburg averages. Suggs keeps it alive, takes contact. Loose ball, Thacker throws it right back to Suggs. He'll go inside once more, get it stuffed by Hahn and Hardy. Loose ball, Bullock put it up, in and out. What a crazy possession, and at the end of it all, Mike Terry blows the whistle, and it's going to be a foul against TC Thacker. That is his 3rd personal. So a rough restart for Thacker in his first game back. Not able to pick up any rhythm because he has to continually go to the bench with his personal foul problem. A little bit of help there from the Tigers, hurting themselves. Thacker still trying to get an explanation on that call. I think it's best to just move on. Illegal screen. That goes against Noah Bullock. If you missed it in the first half, we talked about that towel on Coach Scott's shoulder, wearing it in honor of the late, great John Thompson, legendary Georgetown Hoya coach. And just did a lot of spectacular things for the sport of basketball at the collegiate level. We lost him not too long ago. Thacker wins it back after it was poked away. Kicks to Suggs in the corner for 3. Yes, sir! Suggs has come back in a vengeance after that dismal 4-point game against the Generals on Saturday. 15 points for Suggs tonight. He is, let's double check. Looks like the live stats aren't working properly, but right now that shot puts him at 3 made threes this evening. I can do most things, but I can't keep stats and call the game, folks. I'm sorry. So I rely on the live stats as much as you do. Hardy somehow kept that pivot foot on the floor. Gotta be careful. Don't want to pick up an ankle injury. Hahn, left-handed, floater not there, put back is good. Looking like he's ready for the Winter Olympics with that figure skating pirouette. Hahn with his first points of the second half. Long range again for Suggs, and there we see T.C. Thacker, the T.C. Thacker of old. Rebound, put back. That's why he averages double-double. Adds a rebound and adds points. And we're going to add another foul to the big board, and it's going to be Lynchburg's fourth team foul. We haven't even played 5 minutes in the second half. It's going to go on Dow Dunton. That's his third. So each big man that started, Dunton and Thacker, in foul trouble. 3 apiece. I know you can't take them home, but you don't really want to pick them all up in a game. Some things you don't want to take home, like gas station sushi. Jake Hahn flexing, putting the elbows out. And getting big points under the bucket again. The Tigers regain the lead. This Hampden-Sydney team so far in the second half looks much better than the one we saw on January 27th. Suggs contorts his body and continues to have a fantastic second half. 8 points already for the senior. Here's Clements on the drive. Dishes for Hubbard. Now gets it back, pulling up, and he'll be fouled. Count the bucket as he banks it in with contact. Ryan Clements. Just a sophomore, so not too far removed from his Player of the Year days in the Peachtree, when he played at the Peachtree Academy. League Player of the Year. And one of the plays of the night. A chance to put the Tigers up 2. Two for 2 this evening from the free throw line, and completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Reach-in foul. Clements wants to take it, but it's going to go against Hubbard. Second personal against Hubbard. First one on Coach Kimbrough's squad of the second half.
Hey, come here real quick. Y'all see it? All right. Hey, how we match it up? Who got in better?
Taylor had it swatted away by Clements from behind. Few of those tonight for the Tigers, playing large under the basket. Giving themselves a chance to extend the lead. Hubbard's got the height advantage over Suggs and takes advantage on the stat sheet. Hubbard with an impressive 10-point showing off the bench tonight. Clements wisely poking that one away, and it was off the foot of a Hornet. Lynchburg has found themselves in a dogfight. 13:41 to go in regulation. The Tigers lead Lynchburg 45-41. We'll step aside for this first media timeout and be right back with more on LHSN.
All the laughter, every mistake. I
Welcome back. A chance to remind you to follow the ODAC on social media at ODAC Athletics. Connect with the league today for all the scores and stories from around the league 24/7 at ODAC Athletics and ODAConline.com. 45-41. The Tigers have come out, weathered a brief run by the Hornets, and have regained a 2-possession lead and have the ball after a costly turnover for the Hornets. During that timeout, Lynchburg sent back in Noah Bullock. We also see Luke Romeo for the first time in the second half. Israel Lockamy on the floor. Hahn with a three that is in and out. Big rebound again. We see Hardy playing large under the basket. Unfortunately, still no live stats, so I can't give you his totals as Hahn takes the body. He was there for a long, long time. Had to be a charge. Kept his heels outside the restricted area. Took the contact, hit the deck, and puts the ball back in hands of the friendlies. Well, this will be fun, not knowing who has done what. I know that other side of the floor, the sports information area, is working hard to fix the problem. Doesn't mean we can't enjoy this excellent game of basketball and what Jake Hahn is doing. Didn't have the game that he wanted by his standards in that January 27th loss. Did have a great second half to get away with 18 points, but his first half wasn't very good. Here tonight, he's been balanced all evening as Dow Dunton drops in a nice right-handed hook. DJ Wright, hand in his face, misses the baseline jumper. Noah Bullock, hair straight back as he flies up the floor, tries to wheel that one in. It rolls off into the hands of Dunton, and a jump ball is called. Arrow favors Lynchburg. Turner and Brazil back in for the Tigers. Worth noting, Lynchburg has 6 team fouls, so the next one will put the Tigers at the free throw line. Big points for Luke Romeo. Deep in the corner, and the three-point specialist comes up large to make it a 1-possession game again. 1-point game, back and forth we go in the Hill City. A game that was scheduled to be elsewhere. Hahn for 3, looks good from my angle, but it rolls in and out, straight on line. And speaking of the line, Lockamy got the rebound, but stepped on the baseline. And that'll be turnover number 13. Hubbard works the block against Dunton. Makes it tough, but Hubbard puts it in anyway. And the entire Tigers bench gets up in appreciation of what that young man has done tonight. 7 of 11 from the floor, 16 points for Davidson Hubbard. Just a freshman, y'all. And we're seeing him grow this evening. And of course, if you're Coach Kimbrough and his staff, not to mention the team that you see on your screen, you got to be excited because you recruited that kid. He's a freshman. He's part of your recruiting class, your first one. Justin Elkin checks back in for Lynchburg. And a foul before the throw. And I believe that is on Brazil. Yes, it is. Lynchburg and Coach Scott started off the season with 3 straight victories, then missed the next 4 due to COVID-19 protocols and have lost their last 2. Trying to avoid a 3rd straight defeat and their first loss to the Tigers since 2015. Clements that close to putting himself on many highlight reels. The guy is a true baller. Got to watch those long arms, those quick hands. They're going to be trouble if you don't take care of the ball, as you just witnessed on the last possession. Romeo got it away. Hardy and Clements, throw Turner in there too. They're all surrounding the ball. And I think we got a timeout. Coach Scott was asking for a travel, but it is a timeout for the Tigers. That gives them 5 remaining in the game. 10:58 to go. We'll keep it here, but I'll be quiet. 49-46 lead for the Tigers over the Hornets on LHSN. And I'm back. 10:58 to go. Setting up for a great finish inside Turner Gymnasium. We showed you the next 3 games for each of these teams, and one thing that you can't see in that graphic is that each of these teams after those 3 have 1 left. Just 4 games left on the season, folks. It is almost over. Basketball season is almost over. And to make matters worse, last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, the decision, of course, that there will not be winter championships at the NCAA level. So these teams fighting hard for a chance to play for an ODAC title. And lots of chatter about let's find any other way we can get these boys and girls to play in March, even if they don't make it to their conference tournaments. Since that was taken away from them, let's put them at the Y, see what happens. They deserve a chance to play in March, that's for sure. You see Kevon James checking in for the first time tonight as Ryan Clements continues to put on a clinic at the free throw line. 4 for 4 now tonight, 8 points, 3 rebounds, a couple steals, 2 assists. And 2 for 2 on that trip. The lead is 5. The Tigers coming off their first win of the season against the Wasps, trying to get back-to-back and earn a win over a team that has owned them since 2015. Clements owning the big stage here in the second half, stealing it, free throw shots made, jumpers in, and a big slam, put the exclamation point on top of it all. Once again, Lynchburg telegraphing a pass, and the Tigers right there for the taking. Turner knocked it away. Suggs recovered but stepped on the line. It's a backcourt violation, and the Tigers are hyped, as they should be. Lynchburg forced to take another timeout. They have 3 left. It's going to be a full one. Let's take a look at it again. Beautiful, beautiful stuff for Ryan Clements. Well, it was only a few seconds ago we took a timeout. We're going to take another one. 53-46, Tigers lead the Hornets. 10-10 to go in regulation. Let's take a look at some of our scoring leaders. Jake Hahn leads the Tigers with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 7 of 12 from the field. Davidson Hubbard with 14 points as well. Ryan Clements with 11. Lynchburg, on the other hand, they need somebody else. Theron Suggs has 20 points, 7 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Next closest guy is Luke Romeo with 9 points, all of those off of 3 made threes. And no one closer than that. 4 points, the next guy in line. So who else is it going to be? Who else is going to step up for this Lynchburg team? Your 2 big guys underneath, Thacker and Dunton, are playing with 3 personal fouls. That's going to be a problem as we get down the stretch. Hubbard, he's been a problem all night. Can't hit the 3. Hahn gets the rebound and the putback, and another trip to the free throw line. No, they're going to call a jump ball. Hahn shouldn't get too upset. Possession arrow does favor the Tigers. But of course, he wanted to get some more points from the free throw line. Here is a quick pass in. Hardy had it, missed the shot, and now they will go to the free throw line. Different person this time. Lockamy charged with his 3rd personal. That's Lynchburg's 8th. They have already put the Tigers in the bonus. Josiah Hardy will miss his first free throw of the evening as Lynchburg brings Dow Dunton and Landon Sutton back in the game. Hardy is a 75% free throw shooter. And has not been able to find the bottom of the net yet from that spot. Thacker somehow found that one, got to his strong side, and picks up points 3 and 4 of the night. Going to need a heavy dose of Thacker down the stretch if Lynchburg wants to get back a little bit closer. Certainly not out of reach. Down 5. They've been down by as much as 9. Hahn, pass tipped by Sutton. Had it for a moment, now lost it. Got to get back on defense. Hahn takes it in, dishes to Hubbard. Didn't get there because of the left hand of Thacker. Now it's Sutton on the run out. Landon Sutton, Euro step, blocked by Hubbard, and it stays here with Lynchburg. Alex Elliott returns for the Tigers. Adam Brazil as well. Pass just off the mark for Suggs. Work it all the way back to the guy who inbounded it. Sutton gives way to Suggs. Now back to Sutton in the corner. Short, off a few chests and heads, into the hands of Thacker, trying to pull it away. And a reach-in foul is charged to Hampden-Sydney. And it will go against Josiah Hardy, so Hardy now in foul trouble with 3 personals. Looking to inbound it again. Just do get it in. Kevon James out front now with Suggs. Suggs slices, kicks. Sutton, he'll drive and dish. Now it's 5 left to shoot. Thacker on the floor, fouled in the process of trying to get that ball back with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And Thacker a bit slow to get up. Elliott is charged with his 3rd personal. But it's the Tigers' 6th team foul. Yes, so they've got no more to give before Lynchburg goes in the bonus. And the shot clock, which was at 2 when this happened. You can see Elliott undercutting Thacker. Now the shot clock resets to 20. So for the 3rd time in the last 30 seconds, Lynchburg will go for the inbound, and there will be a foul in the process of trying to get that one to Dunton. And it's going to go against Ryan Clements, who's been pickpocketing the Hornets all night. And 3 straight fouls by the Tigers have put Lynchburg in the bonus. Still plenty of time for the Hornets to take advantage of these mistakes. The Tigers have to find a way to finish tonight if they don't want a similar result from January. So it's Dow Dunton at the free throw line. First attempts of the night, well short. And a foul against Lynchburg this time. Davidson Hubbard back in. Well, maybe someone from Lynchburg stepped in too early. No foul was called at the table. So either way, the Tigers get it back. Lynchburg not able to take advantage of many chances to get points. And it remains a 5-point deficit. Off the leg of Hubbard. And that's turnover number 12 for the Tigers, right about their average. Suggs forcing it into Thacker, has the height advantage. Now across court, never a good idea. Sometimes it works, that's the problem. When it does work, it enforces those bad habits. And if it's anywhere near Clements tonight, he's going to take it. Man's got 4 steals on his own. Could not find the bottom of the net on that short jumper, so Lynchburg can breathe a sigh of relief. But mostly tonight, the Tigers have taken advantage of turnovers. 19 points off of turnovers. Lynchburg with 18 TOs. And a big 3 on the stat sheet for Landon Sutton. 5 points now for Sutton, his first field goal made of the evening. And it's a 1-possession game again. And a timeout's taken by the Tigers. They've got plenty. 6:53 remaining in the second half. A 2-point contest. And let's tell you about our next broadcast, which is coming up this weekend here on LHSN. It'll be men's lacrosse, the season opener for Lynchburg against the Wildcats of Randolph College. That's a 1 o'clock start on Schellenberger Field. It was going to be softball, but they changed their home opener from Saturday to Sunday. They've got a doubleheader against Greensboro on Sunday. And technically, we're going to get technical here. Technically, this game, that game you just saw, is not on LHSN. Last week we announced that we have partnered with the Lacrosse Sports Network, LSN, to stream all of our home games to them. That's where you can find the links. It's still free to watch, but it will be our crew. It will be the LHSN crew. Only thing that'll be different, some of the logos, some of the score bugs, all that's good stuff. But looking forward to the first spring sport of the season to take place this weekend and the beginning of a very hairy schedule. You've got basketball and swimming finishing up this month, spring and fall getting started. It's going to be crazy from now until about mid-May. But we're also looking forward to the challenge, especially considering that, well, sorry about that, that's my fault. Especially considering that midway through March until the end of the school year last year, we had nothing. So we took that, we have to take this too. 2-point contest. Timeout was taken by the Tigers. What did Coach Kimbrough draw up? He got to Clements, that's the right guy, he's the hot hand, but he could not finish under the basket. And now Lynchburg can tie or take the lead. Suggs over Brazil. Off the rim, into the hands of Elliott and Clements. Dished out to Hubbard. Tried to bank that one in. Unfortunately, they locked the doors. And James will connect after a beautiful pass from Theron Suggs. His first bucket of the evening. Where else would you want to be? 53 all, 6 minutes to go. Elliott for three. Got it! That's one way to put yourself on the stat sheet for the first time. In the corner, trying to answer is Kevon James. Falls into the hands of Thacker. Second chance for the Hornets. Suggs makes it count. 4 3-pointers made tonight for the senior, and doing all he can to keep this within range for Lynchburg. And right now, it's as close as it can be. Tied up. And a foul is called on Sutton. First one on Sutton. That is the 8th team foul. Actually, I think they put a foul on the wrong side of the big board in the building, so it should be 9 team fouls for Lynchburg, 7 for the Tigers. They're going to have to figure that out. That's crucial when it comes to the double bonus. No second shot this time. It also says on the board it was Sutton's 4th foul. That was his first. They'll get that squared away at the table. They just did. 9 team fouls for Lynchburg, 7 for the Tigers. And Hampden-Sydney with another chance to regain the lead. Who's it going to be this time? Jake Hahn, he's a pretty good candidate. One-on-one with Sutton. Hahn blocked by Dunton. And the hook shot short. Dunton did a good enough job the first time. Could not keep it away from Hubbard, though. And he continues his career night. Davidson Hubbard with 16 points off the bench this evening. Great evening for the freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. The Queen City having a great night in the Hill City. Suggs pulls up and knocks it in from 17 feet away. Trying to put the team on his back. Using those broad shoulders to keep him in it. 58-58, 4:11 to go. Let's look at it again. Suggs, well, isolation play. I'll take it myself. And now with 25 points leading all scorers is Theron Suggs. 9 of 18 from the field. Quick math, I can do that. Had to take math twice in college, but I can do 50%. 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. He's got 3 made free throws on 4 attempts, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, an all-around great night for Theron Suggs, leading the way as our candidate for a post-game interview, which you can find on this YouTube channel shortly after the completion of this game. Each team shooting 43% from the field. Jake Hahn inside, rolls off into the hands of Thacker. Thacker now with 11 rebounds. Continues to average over 10 per game in just his 4th game played of the season. Romeo open for 3, in and out. Thacker goes back up and somehow twists that one in. He was directly under the basket. I don't know how that one got in, but no one's going to question it because it's time to go back to work on defense. Just 6 points for TC. 2 big ones there. Hubbard going to try to respond. Thacker comes over to help defense. And we'll see who the foul is called on. If it's on Thacker, that's his 4th. And it's going to go against Thacker. 4 personal fouls. And now the Tigers in the double bonus. Looking at it again. Thacker just putting his hands on the shoulders of Hubbard. And they're going to call that every time. And Hubbard misses his first free throw of the night. Now 2 of 3. And makes the second. So Hubbard continues to have a great game, ties Jake Hahn for the team lead in points with 17. No Theron Suggs on the floor for Lynchburg, so who's going to get it done this time? He's got 25 of the team's 60 points. Lockamy gives it a shot, but too much pressure from the Tigers defense. Quick double on Hahn. They don't want him to be the one to beat him. Cross court to Elliott. Driving baseline. Excellent pass to Hubbard. And he continues to show us the goods tonight. Davidson Hubbard, 1 point shy of 20 points this evening. And timeout taken. Let's take a quick look, actually, at Davidson Hubbard this year. I laugh because I just pulled up his season stats. At Roanoke, 4 points. At Lynchburg, 0 points. Randolph-Macon, 2. Ferrum, 0. Emory-Henry, 3. Here, 19 points. Coming out party for the freshman. Grew up in an athletic family with his cousin playing baseball at Samford, another cousin playing football at University of Alabama and at Auburn. My goodness, he knew both sides of that excellent rivalry. And starting to show what he's got in front of our very own eyes here tonight. Excellent showing for him and a very balanced effort from the Tigers. 3 players with 11 points or more. Jake Hahn with 17, Ryan Clements with 11 to go along with Hubbard's 19. Again, no one else for Lynchburg with 10 points or more other than Theron Suggs. 25 points for him in his second game back from the COVID-19 pause. I told you Thacker has over 10 rebounds, has 12 to be exact, but just 6 points and has 4 personal fouls. He's out there now. Got to be out there. Got to put your best players on the floor. Suggs, he's been the best player tonight. Dish to Romeo in the corner for 3. Yes, sir! Huge shot for Luke Romeo. And the Hornets up 2. 12 points now for the senior. Hahn trying to answer back. He can't. Put back, though, is good for Elliott. Oh, my goodness. You better have that charger nearby. Don't let your computer die for this one. Suggs with a hand in his face. All net. All cash for Theron Suggs. 28 points. Huge bucket for Lynchburg down the stretch. Can the Tigers answer back? They're not a three-point shooting team. You don't need threes right now. Not in desperation mode at this point. Elliott will give it a go, though, and answers back from the corner. Coach Kimbrough calls a timeout, and Elliott will be surrounded by his teammates in elation with his play as of late. Elliott had 0 points at halftime. Now he's got 8. Check it out. Big bucket by Lynchburg Suggs. And then Alex Elliott getting some playing time late and earning it. Tied at 66, 1:15 to go. Whew. I need to hydrate the pipes for these final seconds. Back in a few on LHSN. The Tigers have not defeated the Hornets since January of 2015. The score of that game was 63-61. It'll be higher than that tonight, but it might be decided by that same deficit. Romeo, Suggs, Dunton, Thacker, and Bullock on the floor for Lynchburg. Hardy, along with Elliott, Clements, Hahn, and Hubbard for the Tigers. Neither team making changes during that timeout. Each team with one timeout remaining. The Tigers in the double bonus, Lynchburg in the single bonus. And TC Thacker has 4 personal fouls. Suggs trapped along the midcourt line, just got that away before he stepped across. Now he'll take it inside, takes contact and scores! Show me one better. Look at it again. Suggs forcing the 3rd personal foul of Jake Hahn and completing that 3-point play to make it a 3-point game. 30 points for Theron Suggs. He had 4 on Saturday. You think he was okay with that? Hahn behind the back, in the paint, dishes to Hardy, who's fouled on his way to the 10. And he will have a chance to put 2 in from the free throw line. 2nd personal on Suggs. Look at it again. Great pass by Hahn. And Hardy with a big bucket late. He did miss his first 2 attempts of the night. And a 1-point game after 2 big free throws from Josiah Hardy. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. 35 seconds to go. Tigers looking for their 2nd straight win. Lynchburg looking for their 1st win after the break. Ten seconds to shoot. 20 in the game. Suggs in trouble. Got it off and forces the foul to be called. It's going to go. I could not see the number. I apologize. It goes on Josiah Hardy. That is his 4th personal. And it gives Theron Suggs an opportunity to make this a 3-point contest. He's now 5 of 6 on the night. Misses the 2nd. The Tigers can win it, or they can tie it. They've got a timeout left if they want it. 10 seconds to shoot. 5 seconds left in the game. It's Brazil. It's passed to Clements. Open 3. Banks it in, and that's the win for the Tigers. Their 1st one in 6 years against Lynchburg. And it comes with the final seconds ticking off the clock. There's a conversation at the table about time being left on the board, though. Is there time left? Mike Terry leading the conversation, talking about his eyes on the clock. Look at it again. Clements. We told you earlier the door to the bank was locked. He busted his way through, and it looks like there's about 0.4 or 0.3 left on the clock when that ball goes through the net. And they did put .4 on the game clock. And that's what it looked like on our replay. So well, I get paid to talk, and I don't have a lot of words for this one. This has been phenomenal from the very beginning. The Tigers have played like a totally different team than the one we saw here on January 27th. And Ryan Clements, especially in the second half, has been a huge factor for this Hampden-Sydney team. Tonight it wasn't about coming back, though. Tonight it was about holding on to a lead. It was a slim one. Just a 1-point lead, 32-31 at halftime. But they held on to it. They weathered the Lynchburg storm. They went back and forth. And right now, with 0.4 seconds to go, they lead it by 1. Lynchburg's going to have to throw it in from under their own basket. Excuse me, from under the Tigers' basket. And somehow get a shot away. We'll see what Coach Scott drew up during that timeout. Here we go. And a timeout taken right away from Coach Kimbrough. He had one left, so now neither team has a timeout remaining. And each team will chat it over one more time. Coach Kimbrough wanted to see what Coach Scott brought out in terms of formation and how to make sure his defense is prepared against it. This will certainly be a heartbreaker for Lynchburg if they can't find a miracle in their bag of tricks. Worked so hard to fight back in the second half. Really the second half of that first half even, to make it a tight game. Kept it close. Just could not get someone else to step up and help out throughout the contest. Theron Suggs, by far, top player of the game for them. 32 points, 11 of 20 from the field, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. Luke Romeo with 12 points, thanks to his 4 made threes. Then you got to go down to 6 points total with T.C. Thacker. The Tigers, 19 points, 17 points, 14 points. They're just getting more out of their top line. Dominating points in the paint, 42-24. Only turned the ball over 12 times. They got 19 points off of Lynchburg's turnovers. There's just a couple things that the Hornets have to improve on if they want to finish these last 4 games of the season on a strong note. Can they finish this one in a miracle way? No, they cannot. Guess who's there? Clements, the man who hit the shot, the man who sparked the Tigers to keep the lead in the second half. He knocks it away, the horn sounds, and the Tigers, for the first time since January of 2015, take down the Hornets of the University of Lynchburg. Huge win for that man, Caleb Kimbrough, in his second season, and back-to-back victories for the Tigers. The Hornets fall for the 3rd straight time, now 3-3 overall. 2-3 in conference play. The Tigers 2-4 overall, 2-3 in conference play. Man, what a game we had here tonight, and we are going to keep it public. Don't worry, if you ever need to go back and watch it again, it'll be here for you to enjoy. A fantabulous contest and a great job by all of the crew here at LHSN. We look forward to our next time we get to bring you some action from University of Lynchburg. Until then, I'm Joe Hutzler. Have a great night.